Hey, this is CatsMeout492, and I am doing another technical analysis on SPY for March 15th, 2020. All right, so whenever we're doing Sunday analysis, pre-market analysis, we're always starting off with two things, the news and futures, because you cannot fight the news and you cannot fight futures. Futures almost always forecast the stock market. So on my browser here, you can see I have Yahoo Finance up. It's a really good website for finance-related news. And I've been watching this all day, so I can tell you right away the only important thing going on right here is that the Fed cut the interest rate to effectively zero, which is insane. A band of between 0% and 0.25%. I believe we were between 1 and 1.25% before, so the Federal Reserve is pretty much giving away free money. Most of the time when this happens, the stock market rallies, but this particular time is kind of messed up and concerning. If we go over to futures, we can see that the Dow 30 has dropped 4.5%. It dropped about 3.5% within 15 minutes of opening, and I think they had to actually halt trading for a little bit. So we're looking at a very serious downswing in the probably entire market tomorrow, but particularly SPY will be effective. All right, so the next step after we've kind of established the overall trend here, or at least which way the news is pointing the market will go, and in this case it's very down, we do a little bit of technical analysis to kind of figure out what are good entries, where can we get out. My prediction so far is we're going to see at least a 2% gap downwards in SPY tomorrow. And any entry around there, either a put or a short entry, is going to be all right because we might even see a circuit breaker tomorrow. Right now, we were sitting at the levels. Our futures are sitting at the levels they were during the low on last Friday. So I think we will easily retrace to that point in the regular markets as well. All right, so now we go to our charts. Hold on a sec, let me fix this one. It is gigantic. I just messed up my support. That was at 243, I believe. Okay. So my charts are gigantic I trade on a Windows computer and then do these videos on a MacBook. So every time I switch computers, my windows get a little bit wonky. All right. So I'm going to give you like 5 seconds to think about what the first step in actual charting is, because I've said it in like 100 videos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We always start off in the longer windows. That never changes. So we're just making sure that the trends in the long term have not changed or flipped around, or there's something we missed. Like I said, trading against the trend, or like I've said in many videos, trading against the trend is like pissing against the wind. It's just going to blow back at you, and there's no reason to do it. All right, so if you don't know how to do volumetric support resistance analysis, just go back to one of my initial analysis on SPY, and I go over it. So what we've determined so far, or what I've determined, is that we have a pretty low significant support, and this is the one I moved, somewhere around 243, and we're currently sitting at around 270. Now, based on the drop that's happened in the futures market, I expect us to get through this 260 resistance pretty easily. I think we might see a slowdown around 243, just because when I look back in the history, there isn't a lot of volume around that area. There's a little bit of support, but it's a very low volume support. And then after that, there's absolutely no accumulation between 243 and 200. So if it gets under 243, I don't think anyone can tell you for sure where it goes. I see a little bit of support around 220 and 225. So I'm probably going to make that one of my potential exits, or at least a place where I start to move my stop loss a little tighter. So overall, my plan for tomorrow is I'm going to do two-legged put play. What that means is I'm going to put in 2 puts, and one is going to be short-term and one is going to be long-term. My short-term put, I'm going to buy right as the market opens, and my take profit target is probably going to be around 244 to 250. And then my longer term put, I'm going to buy a put probably that expires in maybe early mid-April, and that put is going to be for around 220, and I am going to look to take profit somewhere in that region also. And if you go to the charts I linked in the post, I have a little rectangle here that kind of represents the whole areas of, or the whole area in which I might be looking to take profit. Hopefully that helps you. Now let's look at the daily real quick. I've been droning on about the weekly, talking about my positions, but you can see even on the daily, not much has changed. The Aroon is still yellow over blue, sell signal. RSI is a little bit sold. We don't even need to look at that MACD. On the daily, though, we do have pretty high net volume on the buy side, which indicates a little bit of bullish sentiment, but that hasn't been updated since Friday. There was a little rally Friday. Trump made a few different announcements that got the market a little bit excited. If we go to the weekly and look at the net volume is overwhelmingly bearish at this point. Yeah, so as far as entries tomorrow, with the Fed cut and the market just not responding, I think it's going to be hard to really get our target entry. I can see the market gapping down maybe 2%. I would potentially like to get buy a put somewhere while the market's above 260, but I think that's unlikely to happen. And I think it's more important at this point to just get in position than it is to look for perfect entries. All right. Anyways, I think that's about all for this video. Thanks for watching. If you guys want to use the same program I do to do all these charts, I use Webull. There's a referral link down below. Check that out. There's also links to my Twitter and everything if you want to follow me on Twitter. I'm also pretty regularly on a Discord server with some traders if you want to join me on there. I will ask the administrators of that server whether or not I can just publicly invite people. But yeah, thanks for watching.